What's good, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Cooligans.
It's the Cooligans, buddy.
You know how we do.
That's right, baby. Welcome.
What's good, everybody? My name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerreros.
We're excited to be back. After last week, I got to give us a review of last week. The last week review of the Cooligans.
Are you leaving the Apple
I'm leaving
podcast?
a review of our show last week. Both of our shows. We had some incredible guests. Kev on stage and Larry Nance Jr. We crushed it last week, bro.
Bro, 5 stars.
5 stars. We did.
5 stars, Papa.
Let's go. 5 stars.
Bro, where else you going? Where else you going to get? Yo, even my half brother Nico hit me up. He's like, yo, you got NBA players on your show now? He's like, bro, if you ever have LeBron, I gotta be there. And I'm like, yeah, you
I'll
will
let
be.
you know. I'll let you know.
You will because you hit your head, bro.
That's the next logical step. Larry Nance to LeBron.
Yeah, I was like, in fact, Larry, why don't you ask your close friend, LeBron, to come on the show? He does own a soccer team, though.
He does. They both do. Okay, so look, we
didn't even ask him about Russell Westbrook, who's also one of the co-owners of Leeds.
Is he?
Yeah, remember the picture of him with the scarf?
I've never seen Russell Westbrook involved in anything soccer related in my life.
Nah, yeah, dude. It's a meme, a picture of him. He's wearing a scarf, and he's
bro.
like,
he looks angry.
He's like, the hell did I invest in, bro?
He's got classic Russell Westbrook face going on in that picture.
Let's look. Let's Google this.
There's
I'm
a lot
surprised
of
you never saw this. Go to video images. Yeah.
Russell. Okay. Yeah.
He's like, huh?
Doesn't he just like, damn, bro? Clippers lost to the Lakers again.
Yeah, you're right.
Leeds investor. Look at this.
Look at this. My man looks furious.
He looked wild confused.
He's like, what? What kind of weather is this?
He's like, now one TV timeout? How am I going to get my money back?
Okay, well, shout out to Russell Westbrook.
No one
Come
ever
on the
notices,
show, bro. Bring him on the show.
No one ever notices the highest human being on the planet just underneath them.
All right. Look at, I did not, because Russell's face is pretty iconic here as well. But no, we have a child that's intoxicated in there as well.
Someone ate the gummies he wasn't supposed to.
Did you see Mad Dog?
Mad Dog, yeah.
On First Take?
Yeah.
Before like the Colorado game, the Colorado Oregon game, he was just saying like that he's gonna take gummies and how he was preparing to watch the game.
He was giving his Saturday plans.
It was
electric.
mad specific and like creepy.
This is the old man Mad
Dog?
Dog?
Mad Dog.
Hell, dude. Yo, leave your grandkids gummies out of this, bro.
It was a strong, how do you do, fellow kids, kind of a thing.
Or also because it's legal in Colorado.
It is, but it was just like, hey, it's legal now, so now I can talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's legal to ride a motorcycle backwards, but no one's telling you to do it.
He said he was going to take a gummy and put 10 grand on Colorado. And that didn't work out so well. So.
Okay. Well, they got
just spent the 10 grand on gummies.
It's a better investment, bro.
You could flip them joints at least.
But we're excited. I've obviously talked today about the weekend in footy, and we got.
Is that what we do on a Monday,
bro? Because your club, you bleed red and white.
Facts.
Arsenal.
Facts.
We're all just waiting. Look, I'm not even an Arsenal fan, but I'm out here supporting Arsenal because I'm just like, look, maybe we'll have a different champion at this point. I'm just tired of seeing Man City win all the time.
Beautiful of you, might I add. And I want everyone else to jump on this side support.
I'm just like, look, anybody but City. That's who I'm rooting for. Rah rah, right?
Yeah.
And Arsenal seem to be the next closest competitor to Manchester City.
Liverpool having a quietly strong season.
I don't even understand why Liverpool is good this year, bro. They changed the entire midfield. These players don't even know each other's names yet.
Nah, they're like keep looking at the back of their jerseys like, oh, that's who my guy is.
Nah, how you pronounce that though?
Yeah.
Because it's an S and a Z.
He's like, yours ain't Joto?
So it's wild, but North London derby. This felt like a game that Arsenal really needed to win.
I disagree. I think we should have won, and I think circumstances being different, we probably would have. I think Martinelli being injured is not great, but hey, we got Leandro Trossard, baby.
Okay.
We'll be all right. What? He's also injured?
Was he injured or on the bench?
No, he was injured.
He was injured.
Leandro Trossard pulled up before the game in training, injury. And then that kind of shifts plans. Shifted Gabriel Jesus to the left, and it shifted Nketiah into wasting everyone's time for about 90 minutes. This was not what I would have wanted. Look, at the end of the day, as much as even I didn't trust and believe in Eddie Nketiah, maybe this is just a bad game from him. But he came in when he came in the second half of the season and took over for, a Lacazette that wasn't scoring. Man, 5 goals in 5 games. He was balling. He looked good. And we're like, all right, maybe he proved me wrong. And then in games like this today happened, I'm like, I'm kind of back to thinking I was right, bro. Maybe you just had a sort of a flash in the pan. And it's a little frustrating. But I also walk away from this kind of saying like, 2-2 was kind of fair. Both teams balled.
It was fair, but it was...
All 4 goals essentially came from massive mistakes.
Yeah, which is how the sport works, right? That's not that much of a shot.
Not necessarily.
No, the massivest of mistakes was Jorginho's mistake. Romero's mistakes were, not much you can do in both of those scenarios. The handball, the own goal.
And clearly there wasn't much Jorginho could do in his situation either.
Jorginho had an hour to decide who he wanted to pass the ball to. He had multiple options.
When the ball came to his feet, all he heard was the Windows 95 closing music. The dude shut off.
It made no sense. And for a player, like, I understand the mistake from a forward, right? Like holding onto the ball a little too long because you're trying to do something a little bit flashy. Jorginho is every club he's ever been at, every time when he puts on the Italy shirt, everybody knows it's
essentially a cape.
It is Jorginho is the guy who's not gonna lose the ball.
Right.
He is a possession heat map, dead center, not moving around a lot.
Okay, but we all know these people that are nice all the time. Mm-hmm. So much so where you're like, they must go home and just rage on a couch pillow, right?
Their home is a rec room.
Oh my God. They go to those places where they hand you the bat and the old TVs. They go there a lot. You know what I mean? That was how Jorginho treated our midfield. But also, this dude is like 30-something years old, being thrust into a match at halftime.
How old is he? He's not that old.
No, yes, he is. He's like maybe 34.
He's in his 30s.
He's in his... If he's older than 32, I'll be shocked.
31.
Exactly.
He's 31?
He's 31.
Man, that's an old 31.
He's got an old face. I think that's really what
That's
it comes
a
down
rough
to, bro.
He got a
31.
case of old face. That's common. It happens.
He got resting abuelo face, bro. That's not a good face. I thought he was 34. All right, he's 31 years old. The man plays 34. At the end of the day, if there's one thing I could be upset with Arsenal whatever the words, I can't speak today. If there's anything I'm upset with Arsenal about, there you go, is the fact that they gave up that goal immediately after the Saka penalty. To just immediately, and maybe that's Jorginho's fault. And
maybe. No, let's not do that. Let's not do the maybe.
No, the
it was
blame,
his fault.
But I look at Arteta and he goes, "Hey, players make mistakes." And maybe that's just I got to put my arm around this guy, so I got to say something here. You know what I mean? But I kind of looked at it and I go, all right, you caught us. You caught us slipping. But we still walked away. Old Tottenham would have capitulated at that moment. Mm-hmm. They would not have reacted and scored a goal. Old Arsenal would not have been able to hold on and withstand that momentum shift.
That's a good point.
So I walk away from that saying, you know what? This is a sign that these are 2 strong teams. I want to hold umbrage to some of the things I read online, which was, Ange Postecoglou has done this in 6 weeks or 7 weeks, what took Arteta 3 years to do. Bro, we had a complete shift over. Arteta had to get rid of people in the front office. Arteta had to get rid of...
Secretary, here.
Gunnersaurus, get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
We don't need you.
We're ripping out the weeds from this club.
We got to get rid of the demons in this club. Like this, that makes the children smile. I think it's just a completely different... And I also think Ange Postecoglou, I keep giving him credit. I think he's a great manager, and I think he's the perfect manager for a club like Tottenham, which kind of needs a settling father figure. And don't listen to that. Who cares? Oh, people are gonna say we're Spurs. Who cares?
You need they did the tough managers in Mourinho, and
they seem to hate the club. Both of the ones they hired ended up just hating you. It's not good. If your stepdad's like, I'm not sticking around because your kids suck. That's what both of them did. But I walk away.
I hate your mom, but I love her. You know?
Yeah, it's you, kid. It's all your fault. This is why your parents got divorced, and this is why I'm leaving. But look, if Martinelli starts that game and Declan Rice is healthy, and
if.
No. And Jesus in the front, there's no one, not even a Tottenham fan, that would say they'd walk out of Emirates with a draw. But for the teams we put out, 2-2 is fair, and I'm happy Tottenham are better. I truly am, because then it makes this rivalry better. It makes it more exciting.
Blasphemy. Arsenal fans talking like this?
What do you want me to say?
Tottenham are better? You're tired of smashing them year in and year out?
We still will win both. We still will win the aggregate of the derbies. I'm not worried.
I think, look, I'm not piling on Jorginho. It was a mistake. Do I think it's like the worst mistake? Is it going to cost Arsenal the title and stuff like that? No, I don't think it's that. But it's just such a uncommon mistake coming from him. They signed him to, bring stability into the midfield. That's what he does. That's what he's unbelievable at that. It's just I can't understand the decision of what if he did get by? Who was it that took the ball from him? Son?
It was a combination of Madison and Son.
So let's say he gets by him, then what? Jorginho's not pinging a pass 50 yards to an open runner or anything like that.
He could have just passed back.
He could have just. That's why it's so frustrating. So for Arsenal I think this is 100%. 2 points dropped. Yes,
it is.
Tottenham are good.
Tottenham are treating this like a win, and Arsenal are treating this like a loss, as they should.
Right, but Arsenal had better chances throughout the game.
If you look at the XG, we're off the charts compared to that.
To me, there's no excuse for losing this game, and it goes again. Obviously the comparisons are always to City and Arsenal because those have.
Because we were top of the table for 260-something days, and we still didn't win the
title
goddamn
contenders
league.
regularly the last 2-3 years. But it puts into question the mentality to go up in that game, get that penalty, and then to immediately make that mistake. Is that a mentality thing that maybe Arteta has not instilled something into his team and his players to not take risky decisions like that?
It was a risky non-decision. He literally just had the ball at his feet and sort of froze up in that moment. There was nothing he could do. I think if anything, if you're going to call Arteta into question, it's the subs. I don't understand why Reece Nelson didn't come in earlier for Eddie Nketiah and shift Jesus to the middle. That would have been wholly more effective, especially for that back line. I think it was smart tactics. Bro, if you're going to invert your fullbacks, that left Saka one-on-one with Van de Ven. That guy's 7'9", 450 pounds, above the nipple. That guy is not built to keep up with Bukayo Saka. And Saka showed you he was completely. And Madison talking like, I spun him for a goal. Bukayo Saka's not a defender. He played right back twice ever. Right. He was a wing back. That guy's not a defender. You spun an attacking winger, my guy. Why are you proud of that?
It was good banter. It was
good banter, especially if you're going to do the...
he did the dart thing.
The fact that they're ballsy enough to say that now, you know what I mean? I'm like, all right, there's some juice to this rivalry.
Right, and
Harry Kane would have never said that. He's like, we respect our opponents.
Maybe he did, but we just didn't understand him. He was like, oh, God.
Well, I do think, and I don't want to diminish or take anything away from Tottenham. Tottenham are really good this year, and they were good in this game, and they handled those difficult situations. To give up an own goal, to give up.
They didn't capitulate. They didn't become Spursy.
Yeah. So and I think James Madison has a lot to do with that. The player, not the president, by the way.
I think they're really in American history.
I think he has a lot to do. One of the best things I think to happen to Tottenham is Leicester getting relegated, because obviously it was
freed up.
Yeah,
James
it was
Madison.
A spree. Yo, there's a couple good players out here. Let's see who we can get. And James Madison, I think, is the Leicester player that ended up on the best squad. Did you see the video? Who was it? There was a presenter,
Paul
woman.
Merson?
No, the woman who was asking him in an interview, But why'd you go to Tottenham? Like I assume she's an Arsenal fan. I don't know, but she was getting a lot of stick because people. It was like a professional. It might have been like on Sky Sports.
It wasn't
or something.
impartial.
Yeah, it wasn't impartial. It was just like, embarrassing, bro. How'd you go there? And it's just like, bro, I said it was like 50 million. I mean, it was like, it was a big business deal for me to go. Yeah. So there's a little bit of, and I'm sure he feels it as well. Like that's so Spursy. I'm sure he listens to the Cooligans and hear how Alexis talks about Tottenham.
He's a big fan from what I hear.
So, but I just say, I think James Maddison is changing the brand of Tottenham a little bit.
I think it's more Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, Ange deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah. Do you know Ange's real name?
Angelos?
It's Angelo.
He's a Greek.
Yeah, he's a Greek.
Okay.
Why are we all doing the Ange thing?
That's why he wants to go by.
All right, whatever.
His dad's probably name is Angelos too, so Angelos Ange. It's a big Greek thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good point. Look, I think he has the right demeanor. He has the right je ne sais quoi. You know what I mean? To handle this Tottenham job. The truth becomes, how are they going to spend the Harry Kane money? Are they a good team right now? Absolutely. This team is 2 small injuries away, in particular Tottenham, 2 small injuries away from being a 13th place club. They don't have the depth. They need to spend the Harry Kane money correctly. Ange Postecoglou, can we figure out, is he a head coach or a manager? I don't know if they're going to give him buying power.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It
says soccer manager on his, according to like the...
On AngePostecoglou.com?
No, on like the
On his link tree?
Not Wikipedia, the Premier League, like, that's his title.
Still Daniel Levy's
And
the
it
one
says soccer? It says soccer manager?
No.
Not football manager?
Football manager. Did I say soccer?
You
Sorry.
said,
Football.
I would have been doing this, bro.
I would have said that to every British person I've ever met in my
Sorry,
life.
my bad.
It's
Football
over.
manager.
It's
Football
settled.
manager.
I think if you could see in just their, once Harry Kane leaves, they are a starting 11. They don't have much depth. I know they gave a start to the, was it Brennan Johnson? Young kid did not play well, but hey, he got his first start. I think Udogie got exposed.
He did start. Yeah,
he
on
did
the
start.
left mid. Yeah,
Udogie got exposed.
Yeah,
That was the first bad game he's had. I've really liked Udogie since he got to Tottenham.
It's the first bad game he got. Can you look at the teams they played?
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Go ahead,
Wow.
just click on Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, let's see.
Let's look at the teams they've played that they've beaten. Okay, so they drew against Arsenal. Before that, they beat Sheffield United 2-1. They beat Burnley.
In the dying minutes.
In the dying minutes, they beat Burnley 5-2. Okay, you beat Burnley. Go ahead. Can you click back? I forget who the other ones. Fulham. They drew to Fulham. Whatchamacallit? Well, that was the EFL Cup. That went to penalties. Bournemouth, they beat 2-0. Manchester United beat 2-0. All small clubs. You know,
tiny clubs, microscopic clubs.
Tiny clubs you've never heard of. Look, this was the biggest test they've had, and I think you probably walk away saying they just about passed.
Okay.
Because I think they were gifted that goal by Jorginho. Yeah. Great. Look, good on them to press. Yeah. I don't want to take that away. The player that impressed me the most was Bissouma. I walk away saying, Bissouma. And I said on this show, you could not invert your fullbacks and think you're going to get away with it. And Saka was making them pay each and every time. If Gabriel Jesus was a little bit more clinical in front of goal, we're talking about a completely different result here.
Okay. Just look, entertaining game, to say the least.
Who impressed you the most of everyone on the pitch? For you, it was James Maddison?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, Son. I mean, he
you
does.
Kind of expect
you
it.
expect it, but James Maddison, I thought he provided both assists, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and both goals to Son. So look, I thought it was interesting. Just the formation. Richarlison didn't start in this game.
No.
They played a little bit more safe, I would say. Tottenham did.
Yeah, they typically don't sit back with all 4 on their back line. They had to for most parts of this game.
Yeah, but look, I still think Arsenal are the better team, and
absolutely
should have won the game.
David Raya did not have a great game. The biggest disappointment for me was Martin Odegaard, especially the way we've been talking about him lately.
Okay,
I think at one point it was like the 70th minute. He only had 3 connected passes, 3 successful passes. It was a rough one, and I know that was part of their tactics to try to get him out of the game. And for the most part, it worked.
Yeah. And then
This was a game of chess.
yeah,
It was a good game.
And the homie Clint Smith was at the game.
All right, well, he's a bad luck charm. Don't ever go again, Clint.
Okay, that's the last time.
First and last, bruh.
I don't know. I think this was his first North London derby, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought he said on Twitter it was his first Arsenal game, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
believe so.
Yeah.
I've been to 2 North London derbies at the Emirates, and they both were 3-1 victories for Arsenal. So what does that say?
Okay.
This
Clint,
guy
give
goes.
Alexis your tickets, bro. What are you doing?
Clint goes. It's a 2-2 draw, bro.
Okay. The math is math.
Right.
We figured it out.
I mean, I don't want to make it. I don't want to connect the dots here, but I'm going to let
Clint,
you do it.
need to stay home and write more inspirational books.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to change the world. Stop changing the results of this game.
That's
bro.
how you support Arsenal, Clint. No, so but you know what? In more important news, Premier League news, Everton gets their first victory, bro. Let's go,
Bro.
Cooligans, buddy.
Everton win against Brentford.
Oh my.
Nobody could believe it. Kevincho, of all people, definitely
No
couldn't.
one. I mean, what was it? Was this the game or was the game before the one that just had an insane amount of shots for Everton?
I've never
Scroll down.
Where have Everton taken lots of shots? Is this
Scroll
is
down.
new to me?
Scroll down. Let me see this. Keep going. What are you doing?
What are you looking for?
18 total shots by Everton. I was watching this and I'm like, I've never seen them have this many chances.
I was just sort of shocked that Brentford were this bad at home. Where I was just like, who am I watching? What team is this? That like Everton have not won. They've won, I think, 3 or 4 away matches in the last like 3 seasons. It's been a literal nightmare. And when it's an away game, I'm like, all right.
Why am I even watching?
I'm not watching. Not today.
Someone text me how much we lost by.
So I usually expect it to be bad, but Everton were objectively better without it. Just completely bad. I can't even. I wish I could say like, oh, this is what we need to be doing, but I don't know what this is.
yeah. I watched this, and tactics-wise, I just think you got different players to wear the jerseys of the players that are normally on Everton.
Because we've done this before,
Yeah.
and it has not worked. So it must be something on the Brentford side. If we got any Brentford experts listening,
I've got a theory. Do you want to hear it?
go for it.
That dark cloud that was hanging over Goodison and followed you to these away games. As soon as Moshiri sold the team, it traveled to Sheffield United for the Newcastle
which is
game.
where Tom Davies is playing right now. So it's a shame.
Against that Newcastle. Was that was who they played?
Yeah.
Was it 8-0?
Yeah, Newcastle. Yeah,
Yeah.
Isak.
8-0?
Isak just. Oh wait, no. Was that the 8? Was that the 8-0
Yeah,
against Newcastle?
Yeah.
8-0.
Okay.
And pretty much 8 different players scored.
8 different
Gordon
players.
scored.
Yeah, Anthony Gordon is thriving, bro.
Yeah, bro. As soon as he took the blue shirt off, he's like, I just feel different. I feel like scoring all of a sudden.
But no, they win 3-1. Goals from Abdoulaye Doucouré, Tarkowski, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, whose name we haven't even said in like a year.
Other than to say he's injured.
He scored a goal. Just a big shock, big surprise. They were. Everybody played well, and we haven't spoken much about Beto. Have you seen him play at all?
I have. He has I like to use the term spray and pray.
Okay.
My guy's like, my boot is gonna hit the ball, and I hope that by the end of this,
For a guy his physique, he plays sort of interestingly. He's not. He's very tall. I think he's like 6'4".
he's Peter Crouchy.
He's Peter Crouchy, but he's fast.
Yeah. Peter Crouchy was.
He has the pace of a winger,
Right.
In a center
Yeah,
forward.
he's 6'4". He's a big dude.
Big guy, but
He came from Spezia or Udinese?
Udinese.
But I spoke to Marco about him. Marco
Okay.
Messina, IFTV, right? Bit of a Serie A expert. And he goes, yeah, I don't know about this guy. That was his reaction.
but that's an Italian response.
Yeah. Which means he loves it. It's his son.
I don't know about this guy. Bro. What are you gonna do?
But he was like, yo, the guy's just not clinical. He takes so many chances. And I think you're seeing it. But when those chances go in, he reminds me of like early Tati Castellanos.
Yeah.
Are you getting that? Like,
He's just
if
like-
I'm facing the goal and I have a moment to shoot, I'm just going to shoot and see what happens.
He's not polished enough just yet.
Oh, that is a rough edge.
Okay, we really got to shine him down.
You got different grades of sandpaper you need.
But no, the one thing that he does do that fits Everton's style of play is just, Pickford's going to boot the ball. And hopefully one of them send it to big man. When you play in Brooklyn against Jamaicans, that's why you hear. Send it to big man. And he's a big man.
Yeah. The midfielders are like, over my head, bro. I ain't trying to touch this ball.
You gotta get a little bit further than that.
I'm one of the 8 center backs. So don't pass it to me in the midfield.
So my guy can he can get on the end of a long ball. He can trap the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have that first that almost the second touch is kind of more the problem. He can trap it, but then that next
linking
move,
up with someone else.
Yeah, he's not really just there yet.
No.
And that's where Dominic Calvert-Lewin is better at that, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin is constantly injured, and so you obviously need another backup.
Where's Jack Harrison?
Jack Harrison is still recovering from an injury. Okay. I think he's had, even when he was at NYCFC, I think Jack has always had a nagging hip injury that comes back and forth. He dealt with it at Leeds. And I'm speculating. I don't know if that's specifically what he's dealing with now, but I'm assuming that's what it is based on his history. But Sean Dyche said that he's training. He's on the grass with the lads, right? But I'm quoting him.
That was a great Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
But you
gotta get a lot more rasp in your voice. You're gonna do Sean Dyche.
But he's not fully ready just yet. But I think Jack Harrison will provide. I'm looking at the lineup right now. Jack Harrison can play on the left or the right. He was playing on the left for Leeds.
Who does he come in for?
McNeil would probably make the most sense, or McNeil could possibly go to the right for Garner. So that's.
Bro, I'm just saying this.
Look at this lineup, though. Look at this formation.
This is Brexit ball at its finest, bro.
It is. This is my safe space formation.
Yeah.
Nobody comes into my safe space. That's how Everton need to play, bro.
This is about as 1965 as it gets, bro.
If you're listening, we're looking at basically a 4-4-1-1, which is what Everton played. And so I think Jack Harrison will fit into this team very nicely, especially after getting rid of Damari Gray.
So where are you on the table now? Where's Everton?
Bro, we're a point behind Manchester United.
Chelsea, honestly, dude.
Or we're in a good spot, dude. That's it. We're winning the league.
15th.
Bro, you in 15th, bro.
And look, the way Luton Town and Burnley and Sheffield United.
Bro, Luton Town might be the worst Premier League team of all time.
Yo,
they
what?
are so bad.
They're in 18th. What you talking about?
They have 1 point. They're very bad.
Bro, Sheffield United much worse.
I mean, Sheffield is abysmal. But I'm also very surprised at Burnley. I did not think Vincent Kompany's Burnley, after winning the championship, would be this bad. And I can't speak to exactly what it is. I don't know if they're dealing with injuries. I don't know.
He's trying to play tiki-taka with championship players, fam.
Nah, you call him Sean Dyche. He was a previous manager. He'll tell you how it works.
You know what he should do? He should call the homies he played with that are retired and say, yo, we need you.
Sergio Aguero, come back.
Aguero, get in here. Get to Turf Moor, my guy.
Just Vincent Kompany.
Mascherano, get to Turf Moor. Otamendi, get to Turf Moor. Torre, get to Turf Moor, bro.
Yaya or Colo? Which one?
I don't care if it's the dog, the family dog, bro. We need you at Burnley, my G.
Vincent Kompany's gonna be listening to Sergio Aguero's heart. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
I think you can get 90 minutes out of this ticker.
Okay. Just a bummer just seeing Vincent Kompany sad, on the touchline week in and week out. They're getting absolutely crushed. They have one draw. It feels like these are the teams the 3 teams that were promoted are the ones that are going to get relegated.
Yeah.
They're all very, very bad. And that is, to me, the the hope I get as an Everton fan
Is that they're so
that
bad?
they're so bad
That they protect
we're
you.
not even gonna be that bad.
You just got to
because-
get to this new stadium.
Right. I mean, that's the goal. I mean, Everton are going through a sale, and obviously,
Everton's going to be promoting tickets for these games, the way like Red Bulls do, which is like Messi's coming. Huh?
Sure.
Do you want to come to the stadium now? You know?
Mo Salah coming across.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Come watch Mason Mount. It's gonna
On
be
the bench.
gonna be
Come see Rashford point at his head after scoring against your beloved Blues in our new Seaside Stadium.
This is the commercial, bro. This is how we do it. Okay, we got a business to run.
Bro, we trying to make money. I know y'all sad.
Forget all these results.
Remember what I told the media dude? I was like, bro, we make money. I got ideas.
That's right. You had the Everton burger.
The Everton burger.
The Everton burger it's being served at the concessions.
You finish it before the first whistle. You get a free cake, dude. That's a fucking great idea. I don't care.
That's hilarious.
That is a great idea.
You know
His face when I said it. Let me ask you a question. What color's the team? He's like blue. I go, you guys got ketchup here? I go, yeah. I go, what color? He's like red. Ain't that your rival's color? I was like, from now on, blue ketchup. He looked at me like, is this guy a idiot or a genius? I cannot tell.
There is there's a fascinating thing that happens when Alexis is in England, and we know that football in England is so. It is completely drowned in tradition.
Yeah.
You can't change almost anything without 490-year-olds agreeing to it. So when Alexis is saying the Everton burger, you can see the inner core of an Englishman just be like, what is this man doing?
Get it out of here.
But you saw his face. He was like, man, I wish we could do that. God,
It
that's
is
a good idea.
Absolutely fascinating. So shout out.
We got to pitch the team, the Everton burger, bro. We got to get it. If you're an Everton fan, tweet at Everton. We need the Alexis-inspired Everton
You don't even
burger.
have to be an Everton fan, bro. Just,
Yeah.
just go for it.
Actually, we'll hit more people if you say it. So, yeah, just tweet at Everton.
At them, okay? So if your team won in the Premier League, shout out to you. All right.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you probably want to chill a little bit.
You want to chill a little bit after, just a glowing victory out in Brentford.
like 15th place to Everton. Just a massive victory.
Okay, we need to celebrate every little victory.
And if you're picturing yourself right now eating that Everton burger, you're thinking to yourself, well, I got to wash it down. It's a big burger. And I would suggest you do because it's fall. It's nice and cold outside. Mm-hmm. How you want to chill. In fact, the weather right now is I don't know how to dress for this weather.
Okay.
Am I wearing an overcoat? Am I wearing an overshirt? Am I wearing a coat? Am I wearing a shirt? Am I going outside in just a
Are you
Speedo?
completely nude?
Right? Am I just whipping it? Anyways, I need to know, how do I dress? If only I could look outside and see a blue mountain.
Yeah, that would help.
Would that not just make it easy?
Exactly. It will let me know exactly what the temperature is, Yeah, as soon as you see the Blue Mountains, you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt, obviously.
Obviously. No, that's how you know it's cold.
Exactly. That is the move. So,
Bro.
And we do that with an ice cold Coors Light.
Oh, they figured it out.
They've done all the science.
Yeah.
Okay.
They put all the greatest minds together and said, what if we just made the mountain on the can turn blue when it's cold? Well, bing, 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 bing. Thank you very much.
That's right. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. It's literally made to chill.
It's cold as the Rockies.
Oh, that's all. That's the move. That was a great line.
Thank
Alexis.
you.
Did it.
Read it on the box right there.
The enthusiasm was just really perfect. Coors Light is the one we choose when we need to unwind. So when you want to hit reset, reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/Cooligans.
That's CoorsLight.com/Cooligans. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Say we roll our R's here, bro.
I like that.
Okay. Pa que sepa.
Ya tú sabes.
Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Can you roll your R's, Mike?
Can you do it in a non-stereotypical?
Okay, that was good.
That is
All
good. That is actually very
okay, because we know.
Can you say my last name while rolling the R's?
That's tough. Guerreros.
Ooh, no,
Ooh, you didn't really
you
roll
I
it,
didn't really
hit
roll it, but I got
But you did get the accent.
Can't roll it.
Guerreros.
All right.
Okay,
You can actually feel when someone says, you can feel them gearing up through the Guerreros.
Okay.
Because if not, it's like Guerreros. You know what I mean?
Alexis sounds like he's powering up his scooter.
Christian Polanco.
Let's talk about Megan Rapinoe,
Oh.
bro.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire. Well done.
Because
That's what we do here, bro.
Megan Rapinoe has officially played in her final match for the U.S. Women's National Team. She will be retiring from professional soccer.
Bro, she walked out with a wink and said, "I'm out."
Okay, she came. You saw the jacket she was wearing. She looked like
She was
I
looking
did not see
swaggy.
this.
She was looking nice.
yeah. She looked like who's that Daredevil?
Evil Knievel.
Evil Knievel.
Yeah.
She looked kind of like Evil. Who's the other guy that had a cartoon? I was like, oh,
Evil Knievel, the only one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, Houdini.
no. What's his name?
Wasn't there like a Sparky Sparkerson, something like that?
No,
Let's just call him Sparky Sparkerson.
There was
good
like a
name.
Spangle Sparkerson or something like that.
I wish I could remember.
This was the guy who like tried to jump a car, but he kept like almost dying.
Yes.
Yeah, Sparky Spangler or something like that.
He had a cartoon. It was a whole thing. It was like a big brand. Anyway, but yeah, she looked great. And just, I mean, what is there to say? I mean, she was involved. She didn't technically get an assist, but she was involved in the goal against South Africa for Emily Sonnet.
She didn't need an assist, bro. She won Ballon d'Or at one point, bro.
Well, Emily Sonnet, they ran over to celebrate. Emily Sonnet was going to celebrate the goal, and she said, "No, you take my celebration." And she did the iconic Rapinoe celebration.
Yes,
yeah.
What is...
You think the other team was like, "Yo, can we get back to the game?
We're doing all this. I get it. Yeah, legend, hero, whatever.
Y'all can't do this after."
But what can we say? I just want to take some time and just show some appreciation for Megan Rapinoe, who we've also met and worked with, been on our show in the past.
Highlight of our careers when we got a chance to perform for like 4,500 people at this park because Megan Rapinoe was late. But we walk up to her and very quickly go, "Hey, by the way, we're the Cooligans." And she goes, "No, I've heard of you guys."
Yeah.
I think somebody played it in the locker room, like an interview in the locker room. We were like, Megan Rapinoe knows who we are?
Yeah, so pretty surreal. This was we're looking at a photo of us in Charlotte when we were hosting this was the game Arsenal against Fiorentina. This was that weekend. It was called House of Soccer. It was a big event, and we're on stage with Megan Rapinoe.
R.I.P. those shorts I'm wearing, by the way. Those are the ones I had to throw away because of the bed bug.
Okay, I mean, legendary shorts. Yeah, we all,
that's what we're all thinking about here.
Oh, behind the scenes.
We're talking about Rapinoe, what she meant for us. Yo, remember them
Remember the shorts, though? R.I.P.
I know it's hard for Alexis to look at this photo. So these shorts.
Honestly, it brings up so much memories about a legend that those shorts were.
So shout out to, this is Alex Warren who tweeted this, who took this photo from. But there were probably there was either like almost 4,000 or 5,000 people in the crowd.
This is in Charlotte before the Arsenal Fiorentina game,
and we got to bring her up on stage. And I just want to show this moment for anybody who has not seen it. Go follow us, subscribe on YouTube if you have not. But if you just Google and search the Cooligans interview Megan Rapinoe, you'll see it. We interviewed her on stage. But this moment when we brought her up was honestly one of my favorite moments.
Well, remember, we were on stage for about 45 minutes now, and the crowd's like, "We want Rapinoe, not you too." Like, at some point,
Get off the stage.
yeah, they were like, "We get it. You're funny. Can we get the lady we came for?" And it was super hot. And people were honestly like, the crowd was great. They loved us.
Yeah.
But they came to see Megan Rapinoe. So when they knew we were there delaying. So when it finally came that she was here, the crowd was ready to burst.
Bro, I was so happy. Look at this.
All right, we're here. I'm going to dye my hair purple. I'm the reason you came. All right, guys, this is an absolute honor for us to introduce this next person.
Okay, you may have seen this next person just holding up the World Cup trophy.
You may see her do what I like to call the new Jordan.
The logo.
She won every individual award you could possibly win in the World Cup. Everybody has some noise for Megan Rapinoe!
Bro, what a moment.
crazy.
What an absolute superstar. And, look, we could sit here and talk about all of her accolades, team accolades, individual accolades, how great she was off the pitch. But I think one of the things that I will hopefully remember most about her is how just what a great personality and someone to really just meet what the spotlight gave her. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Just absolutely rise to the occasion of being a superstar.
I thought you were going to say one of your best memories was the dap that she gave us.
Bro, she's
She's a proper dapper.
Nah, bro. She's
The hug,
She's
the
like,
dap?
yo, she's invited to the quince.
Bro, because let's just take a look again and let's just play it back. This is Megan walking up on stage and
Sees me, open up hand,
dap. Great. Look at this.
double hug.
Double hug, and and I saw somebody else tweeting about this. I apologize, I don't remember who it was. I just saw the tweet a couple moments ago. Somebody said like one of the best things about Megan Rapinoe is how amazing of a hugger she is.
She is an incredible.
And we
hugger.
hugged her before when we first met her. When she first we took a photo with her just a couple minutes before she came up on stage.
In fact, if you notice my hug, I leave one arm out because I'm not sure how much of a hug she's gonna give me, and I didn't want to embrace her and then have it be on camera her trying to get off me. You know what I mean? So I gave her a half hug, bro. She locked her fingers.
She locked her fingers behind the leg. She was like, "Now bring this in.
Yo, give me this big man.
I need him. I need to be in his bosom."
I want to nuzzle. I want to nuzzle on this big man.
And it's one of my favorite memories of just interacting with Megan Rapinoe because this was it was like we've known her for years.
She is absolutely like the way a star is when you meet them, well, how you want them to be. That's exactly who she is.
Look at this. She's touching my shoulder.
Look how
hugging,
look how shocked you can tell she is by how much more space she has around you. Look how excited I am. I'm like, I just have Megan Rapinoe.
This is just great. Just like anybody who this moment, this day shed a lot of light on this. But anytime Megan Rapinoe meets anybody, she's just incredibly nice. It's so incredibly kind and warm. And this is it's sort of difficult, especially knowing how much like a divisive figure she is to some people.
Right.
Where I'm just like, this is the kindest woman you're ever gonna meet. Yeah, you don't agree with her politically on several things,
But she's just a fun person.
a goddamn hero, bro.
Absolutely.
That's
And the
it.
last thing I want to say is, you know what this day reminds me of?
What?
Is something that you and I have never gotten full closure on. Which this event, this moment, and we got to interview Arsenal shortly after.
Yes.
Aubameyang, Holding, and Bellerin, all of them gone. Not our fault, I swear. But it was like really a highlight of our career. And we get back to the trailer, and we had shared a trailer with Heather O'Reilly.
Yes.
And when we get back, a mystery ensued because we had left a pristine, brand new, and we don't get this a lot because we're from New York, an entire container filled with pimento cheese dip. And the whole thing was, I'm talking about a commercial party size.
Yeah, it was a lot of pimento cheese.
It was enough for 20 people.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And it was gone. I said, how could it be gone? So I asked the producers of the event. I said, hey, did you move the pimento cheese? We had never had it before. We got to try a little bit. And they got us a big one, right? Because we loved it so much. And she said, no, it was in there. The only thing it could be was Heather O'Reilly. And someone on the team calls Heather O'Reilly as she's driving. And she said, yeah, it's next to me in the car. And I'm eating it as I drive back. I stole your pimento cheese dip. So we need to have Heather O'Reilly on this show so we can go through.
Oh,
what went
so
through
she
her
can
head?
answer for her crimes.
Thank you.
Heather?
I think you actually killed the bug. We need to know what happened.
Yes, yeah, that was it was a caper, okay?
While we were sitting there interviewing Megan Rapinoe, the pimento cheese dip was being
the pimento cheese bandit
burgled. It was being burgled
by Heather O'Reilly. So look, shout out to Megan Rapinoe. I'm glad we're still gonna see her in NWSL for the next few weeks. Hopefully the rain.
She'll be in media.
Yeah, it'll be a lot. Hopefully the Rain maybe qualify for the playoffs, and then we get to see her a little bit longer.
Maybe they qualify for the finals and lose to Gotham. That'd be fun.
That'd be interesting. Okay, well, we know you know where we stand. All right? I don't care how much of a legend you are, Megan.
Nah, son. Even legends take L's, bro.
Up the bats all day.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to wrap up the show. We have to talk about Major League Soccer because the playoffs are coming soon. There's about for some teams we have about maybe 4 to 6 matches remaining. You gotta love a balanced schedule. It's always great. But
there's 35,000 teams. So.
It is crunch time. I mean, some of the, obviously everybody's paying attention more probably to the Eastern Conference, even though the Western Conference is incredibly strong.
This is the first year where I think no one cares about the Supporter Shield. We just care, is Messi going to make it?
Is going to be in the playoffs? Am I going to watch it?
FC Cincinnati's like, hey, we're having a record season. Sporting St. Louis is like, we can have the greatest, record by a first-year team. And everyone's like, yeah. Is Messi going to be playing for an extra couple of weeks or not?
That's all they care about, bro.
And by the way, the playoffs are best of 3 series for the first round.
The first round, that's right. And it's not best of 3. Oh, it's sort of, but it is best of 3. It is best of 3, but it is the games have to end with a winner. So it's like Leagues Cup rules or whatever.
But like, remember when it was like best of 2 when it was home and away, and we're like, that's too much. And like, I will do single game elimination, and it was amazing. Mm-hmm. They're like, how about this? You guys didn't like 2, you loved 1. How about if it's 3? Well, we just add the 2 of those up.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out. I mean, I'm a little.
I was having a conversation with someone, and I was like, wait a minute. The reason they did this is because playoffs are a ratings bonanza, but ratings don't matter anymore. You're behind a paywall.
Oh yeah, I guess. I'm more subscribers. I guess like if they get maybe the strategy is.
You think people are like, is that? Oh my God, home away home? Well, that's even better than Messi.
It's like, will it get more subscribers if there's simply more games on? You're right. I mean, it's just like a.
Maybe. Only if Messi makes it. If Messi make it into the playoffs,
yeah.
Then Messi's it's smart to have this set up.
So it's interesting, right? So Inter Miami drew against Orlando City last night. And
without anybody on the team that you recognize if you are a new subscriber.
Sure, but look, these guys, they look pretty good. Orlando's in second place in the Eastern Conference, and Inter Miami really held their own.
Shit, they don't look great against NYCFC. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Okay, well, all right. we'll talk about that a little bit.
You took a L over here, bro.
But they looked pretty sharp, and it's a lot of these young players that are really stepping up, and I'm sure it's with no Busquets, no Alba, no Messi, different players have to really step into important roles, and Ruiz, I believe it was the one that got the goal.
David Ruiz.
I forgot his first name, but they looked pretty comfortable, even though Orlando probably should have won the game and they had some really good chances. We haven't spoken about this guy at all, but the rookie for Orlando City, Duncan Maguire,
oh my God,
is
incredible.
An absolute beast.
He's got 9 goals already.
I apologize for not having spoken about him much this season, but he really has been spectacular. Mm-hmm. And it's, I think, also a big reason why Orlando is in the position that they're in.
I think Orlando's admins had a big day.
Yeah, they had a lovely time because this was.
I honestly, I hate to say this, but this still feels like it's part of the Cooligans effect.
The Bants?
Yeah, dude. Remember when we started, we were the only ones doing banter. Remember, these teams would get in trouble left and right if they did stuff like this.
Right. So if you haven't seen, Orlando City, obviously they knew their rivals coming into town. Before the game started, they did like the fan cam and put the camera on different Inter Miami fans, but they put little captions under everybody's
full roast of anyone wearing anything related to Messi.
Exactly. So this is Adrian Viveros, who at Adrian_Viveros.
Shouts to Freddie Alarcon for tagging us in this.
For a couple people hit me up.
Mad people sent this to me.
But this is just great. This is entertaining. And so we're looking at a guy wearing an Inter Miami kit, and it says, quote unquote, lifelong Inter Miami fan since June of 2023.
Incredible. He's sitting next to a guy in an Orlando shirt and a dude wearing a Babe shirt, which is, does it get more Miami or Orlando than this?
And then the next one says is 3 Inter Miami fans, and it says can name exactly 3% of Inter Miami's roster. This is a proper roast.
This is a good.
It's
good
how
roast.
you get them. And next one, this is people in Argentina kits, and it says quote, is confused why no one on the field field is wearing blue and white stripes, so this is good.
Great.
Love to see it.
This is a Barca jersey, and it says, thinks Inter Miami is the minor league affiliate for Barcelona.
I mean, are you wrong, though?
Yeah, son. You might have hit the nail on the head. Also, he looks like he's doing like a Barca manager cosplay. Does he not? This guy does he not look like he managed Barcelona and like just before Pep Guardiola took over?
Sure. No, so this was great. You love the banter. It's a bummer.
This is how you handle it if you are a team where Messi is coming in and maybe stealing a little bit of your spotlight. You got to roast your fans.
You do, but also, I mean, it's not their fans. They're roasting.
Oh, some of these people are normally Orlando fans,
okay,
but they're Messi stans.
Yeah. So, but the
only reason I say this is because they seem to be sitting with Orlando fans.
Yeah.
Which might be like the dad who's like, well, I don't care. I'm here to see this. Love you, Oscar Pereira, but I'm here to see Messi.
I think this is a good way to handle the fact that Messi wasn't playing, right?
Yeah.
Like this is, I'm sure a lot of people are disappointed by the fact that they probably spent a ton of money on tickets to go see Messi play.
Well, enjoy downtown Orlando.
Okay, so Inter Miami do get a point in the game, but really it seems the focus is going to be for the U.S. Open Cup final, which is on Wednesday. Which is on Golazo Network on CBS.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Okay, so you go make sure you tune in. So obviously,
They got a stack lineup too for that.
a trophy on the line.
Dude, Micah Richards is supposed to be there. Could you imagine that guy? He's like,
Micah is like a Messi fan. Like he's like nuts about Messi.
He's gonna have to talk about Houston Dynamo.
Okay, you better you better start learning about some of these dudes.
Google Ben Olsen real quick.
So but clearly the concern right now is about Messi and Alba's injuries, and are they going to be? They're being very tight-lipped. We've kind of spoken about this already, but I think the main question is, are Inter Miami going to qualify for the playoffs? But who is going to qualify for the playoffs, especially in the Eastern Conference? Because my concern right now, because we were all saying, especially after the game against Red Bull, like that's it. Inter Miami are going to qualify for the playoffs, and I don't see it. Now the injuries have me concerned. If it was just Messi out, I'd be like, okay, I think they can do it. But I don't think they can do it.
Nico said this morning that if they win the U.S. Open Cup, that's true trophies, and that's what a great season. I still think you're leaving MLS Cup on the table, and I think if you're Apple and if you're MLS executives, you're thinking that is not a great season.
And we've heard how Don Garber feels about the U.S. Open Cup.
They're playing Campeones Cup games during this game.
Unreal. Oh, that's right. LAFC against Tigres is
and there's a regular season MLS match during this game.
Yeah. So I mean, look, when it comes to the U.S. Open Cup is a competitor to Major League Soccer. It is not.
It shouldn't be treated that way.
It shouldn't be treated, but
it's a competitor to Campeones Cup and Leagues Cup.
Yeah. Everybody wants people to tune in, and they're all fighting for the same advertising dollars and stuff like that. And U.S. Open Cup is not. It's not an MLS affiliated competition. Right. It is independent of. What U.S. Open Cup is like the grassroots.
It's the FA Cup.
It's the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And
it's the FA Cup. To quote Pep.
And it should have that level of reverence and importance to American soccer fans. And for some, it does. But for probably Apple and MLS that are trying to just be the main show when it comes to soccer in this country.
If it's a loss for Apple that a Messi final is not on there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not behind their paywall. So it's a little rough.
So
it works for CBS. Shouts to the home team.
CBS show out here.
We make it. If you see NBC is like, we got it too. It's in Spanish, but we got it too.
So it is a concern as far as Inter Miami in the playoffs, and I think if they even for the U.S. Open Cup final, because we can give our predictions, but if Messi doesn't play the 90 minutes, can they still win? They're playing at home. Inter Miami is playing at home, so
I actually think Busquets and Jordi Alba maybe are a bit more important to this win than Messi. I think if there's a chance you make it to the playoffs, you take Messi out early if you're winning or if you're losing by a lot. But I do think you leave a little meat on the bone if you don't make it to the MLS Cup playoffs.
Yeah, it would.
It's a real sort of miss.
Yeah, we're looking at the table. Look, we're NYCFC fans. We don't hide that.
It'd be hilarious if NYCFC is what keeps them out.
NYCFC is playing Inter Miami this weekend on Saturday. This is such a tremendously important game for both teams.
In Miami. And you expect that that's not going to be enough of a turnaround after this U.S. Open Cup, especially now with all your players are 35.
so this is, look, NYCFC desperately needs the points.
They're a bit on an uptick.
Yeah,
I'm willing to say.
But Inter Miami have games in hand. There are other teams that have games in hand against them, beneath them. DC United, they're even on games, but Rebels have a game in hand. Chicago has a game in hand. Charlotte has 2 games in hand. So does Inter Miami. Toronto is officially
they're out.
They're out of the playoffs, playoff contention, but they've been a nightmare this season. But this is. I mean, this game is just so huge. And again, because I would normally probably not favor NYCFC here, but the fact that Inter Miami have the Open Cup final on Wednesday, I don't see them getting 3 points against NYCFC Saturday.
It's NYCFC on the road.
It is, but I don't see them getting 3 points. If NYCFC can get a draw is a win for NYCFC.
If NYCFC gets a draw, they will be one of the most hated teams in the league and by the executives.
Don Garber comes on the field. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Don't you know how we all get money?
Nashville SC has they're on 44 points in 7th. They're probably not budging. I don't see that. Moving.
It's CF Montreal.
Montreal, and
it's crazy that Inter Miami to CF Montreal could still make it into the playoffs.
Right.
It's crazy.
I mean, I think the hardest part for Inter Miami isn't the number of points. It's just that there's so many teams in between them that they need to jump and have them drop points.
But they can. But
it's only 5 points.
They play Chicago. They play out NYCFC. They play Charlotte twice.
True.
This is perfectly set up with a healthy Inter Miami. They are in the playoffs. It's a favorable schedule, but they need Messi to play. They need their players to get through it, but it's going to be really hard. They already won a trophy, got to the U.S. Open Cup final. Messi, muscle fatigue, and all this stuff. There's a lot against them, so I don't know if they can do it. It's gonna be the Robert Taylors, the Benjamin Kremaski,
the DeAndre Yedlins,
bro, the Edson Ascona, the Dominican player,
Facundo Farias scoring from his hip again.
So it's gonna be very, very challenging, but it's fascinating. Like now. It's feeling a little bit like a relegation battle that we're used to seeing in England or in other countries, because is Messi going to get relegated out of the playoffs? You know what I mean? Like the DC United Rebel game was insane.
Christian Benteke gets a hattie and it don't even matter.
And then they lose 5-3. I'm like, what? How could they defend so poor? How did they score?
Bro, this is a team that could not score in the Rebels, and you gave up 5 goals.
I mean, look, if NYCFC or DC or Rebel or Chicago, like, it's just the fact that Inter Miami is right there and could qualify, and if they miss it, and we have to watch the Rebels in the playoffs lose and disappoint their fans again.
Yeah.
People will be more upset than ever.
The amount of subscriptions canceled.
Bro. So entertaining to say the least. And then there was the Western Conference had the late game, Austin against LA Galaxy, which was just a 3-3 game that started at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time.
I was fast asleep.
Bro, I saw the tweet. It was like, the game will be starting in 10 minutes. I was like, yo, they have to be joking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like that guy.
I'm wearing my nightcap.
It's like that guy during the Iraq War was like, everything's fine, and there's bombs going off behind him.
That was a wild one, and LA Galaxy, another team I would love to see make the playoffs, and they scored a late goal. Both the LA Galaxy and Austin have just been just kind of a wreck this season. But an entertaining game, another MLS After Dark that we seem to always get from time to time. So, all right, let's wrap up there, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Another hot episode of the Cooligans. Make sure you check out our Patreon. We have a new episode of No Cap Recap. Really fun one. We talk about
you being a dad,
fatherhood. We talk about Lauren Boebert.
Yeah.
Being a maniac, being the worst dad ever. Yeah. And we talk a little college football and Deion Sanders and all that stuff. So No Cap Recap is our podcast on Patreon that is basically about everything besides soccer. So if you want to hear two comics talk about other stuff besides the sport, that is where you can do it. So patreon.com/soccercooligans. Join today. And as always, make sure you subscribe.
Hit the download button.
Hit the play button, download button, tattoo the logo to your body. All right?
hell
Do
yeah,
it.
dog.
Show us that you a real fan.
Damn.
Hit the subscribe button, bro. We got to call out the people of Blango a little bit. We need to get our YouTube subscriber numbers
That's
up a little
it,
bit.
bro.
Yeah, yo,
Give us those
where's our
numbers, bro.
Blangolans at, dog?
If you're watching the video, hit subscribe, bro.
Blangolans, stand up.
Where's all our Blangolan soldiers?
Okay.
Alexis has got the flag behind him. We respect it, bro. We respect the flag.
get the Blangolan soldiers need to step up because otherwise we're gonna institute a draft.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
Are you
Don't make us do it.
don't make us do it. Okay?
We know the Blangolan rules, which is we make up the rules as we go along.
Okay. It's in the Constitution.
Yeah, in the Constitution it says because I said so.
Okay. And we also change the Constitution when we feel like
yeah,
it.
that's right. It's a whiteboard.
All right, we'll be back on Thursday, obviously reacting to the U.S. Open Cup final, Campeones Cup, and so it's a lot of big matches coming this week. Champions League also is happening.
There's so much to talk
This
about.
week,
Hit the
so-
subscribe button. Tell your
Hit the
friends.
subscribe button. We've getting a lot of great.
Grab your girl's phone and hit the subscribe button. Ladies, grab your man's phone and hit the subscribe button. Grab your significant others. Grab your girl's phone, your man's phone, your they, them's phone, everybody's phone. Grab your teacher's phone, kids.
That's right. Because your teacher took it away from you during class. So
Walk up to a cop, grab their phone, and subscribe to the. Don't do that.
Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Again, shout out Megan Rapinoe. Always,
This
obviously.
is not Megan Rapinoe, but shouts to her as well.
Who is that? That's
That's
Mallory Swanson.
Yeah, Swanson.
On there. All right, so shout out. All right, we'll be back on Thursday, everybody. Peace.
Easy Cooligans, buddy.
love you guys.